Hey, welcome back to Five Lakes Garage. Today we're going to be working on a 1976 Aqua Sport. I'm sure you've seen it in all the other videos. We're doing a lot of stuff to this thing, but we still got some more to do. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some wiring. If you already checked out some of the other videos, you already know that on the left side of the boat, I've already rewired it. The new trolling motor has all new wiring, like 4-gauge wiring. I better not have a voltage drop. This side of the boat, haven't even touched yet. And we're gonna go ahead and rewire some of the stuff today, and then other stuff we're gonna leave alone. All the boat stuff, I'm gonna leave alone. Today we're going to worry about lights, we're going to worry about accessories, we're going to worry about fuses, we're going to worry about all those other type of stuff. But like the trim and the ignition and the main power feed, we're just not going to mess with those right now. We're going to mess with all the accessories. And this is the reason why. Alright, we're going to start here in the front of the boat. Got a trolling motor here, got all this stuff here. I've already pulled up the wiring there. And it looks like it's been done once before. I got some butt connectors down in there, which I'll have to pull that up and pull in. I do believe it's actually being connected to these two wires here, which there's a splice, a couple more splices, I'm not sure what this wire was for, but hopefully it is not live. It's not, I already checked it. Haha. Also, a couple other things I've seen in here. I wish my light was working. I got house wiring, which is not the greatest. That's just for the light. Then you come in here, you got some more house wiring. You got another wire hanging up here. I'm not sure what that's for. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Now, we're inside the cockpit. You got, well, empty wire. An empty wire. Underneath here we have, I don't know what that goes to. That was just taped up. This was also taped up. We got other stuff here. I think this is the other yellow wire that got cut down there. And we just got a bunch of crap. Still not done. Alright, so here is the wire that we saw up front. That's been cut. Hey, look, there's another cut wire. There's some more cut wires down here, a couple more with splices. We're just going to go ahead and clean a lot of that up. And what we're going to do is actually do one at a time, because then you don't have to worry about actually messing anything up. So what are we actually going to use? I got this thing up from a buddy of mine. This is just a used panel. And the one thing I do like it has the upgraded fuses. Now, a lot of other vehicles use these fuses. They are the smaller, they do have smaller ones, but these will work just fine. You put one feed in here and it feeds the whole bank. Anything from 15 amp, 10 amp, 7.5, 4 amp. We can change those to meet our needs. And also, for boat application, I do have a common ground. So all my grounds are going to go there. All my positives will go here. Now, if I need to run any relays, I do have some relays here. You got a 30 amp. I also have a 40 amp over here. Don't think I'm going to need them, but you never know. Also, plenty of heat shrink. Always use your heat shrink, and a wide assortment of cables. Now, all this cables I did pick up, according to the website, it was supposed to be rated for boats. I looked on the labels. I don't know if they sent me the right stuff, but we're going to use it anyway and just see how it goes. Now, as far as connectors, I did pick up some decent connectors here. They have heat shrink already on it. These are butt connectors. You heat them up and it will seal it up watertight. So anyway, so I didn't go totally cheap on that one. Also, tools. You need an assortment of crimpers and strippers and all kinds of stuff. You need a test light to make sure you're actually cutting the right cable. And also, I'm going to go ahead and put this guy right back here on the battery. I do have two of them on the other side, but this right here is just a circuit breaker. So if I have it up on in storage, click that little button, it disconnects the battery throughout everything. Now, why do I want to put one of those up there? Last time I took it out, I left the lights on for the floor. It was during the day. I didn't see them. Left them on there. Battery was done. Couldn't go out fishing because I had to charge the battery. So, anyway, so that's pretty much the tools. I got a multimeter here too. So what I'm going to do now is actually start ripping some stuff out, and I'll show you exactly what we're going to do. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get in here and let's get dirty, because these wires are nasty because they've been in there for a long time. Let's rip it out, put some new good stuff in there, heat shrink it, tie wrap it, and get it right. Well, at least right enough for me. All right, be back in a minute.
Oh, hello there. Thanks for watching. And if you really like it, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you really like it, go ahead and hit the like button. And go ahead and comment, because I want to hear what you have to say. Could be good, could be bad. I don't know. Let me know. And if you really want to send anything to the channel, help us out, whichever. Here's a P.O. box that we opened up in case you want to send something. I'll do a video and see what it is. Have fun. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hey, what's going on? It's another day. I'm back at it, and look, it's daytime. Imagine that. All right, so I've already actually pulled some of the wire out. There's still a lot more to go through. I did clip off some of the house wiring. That's going to get gone. But it is going through the little cubby hole down there, and I kind of want to use that as a chaser so I can just wrap it and pull it back. Went ahead and pulled that stuff off to find out where this guy's going, and it's used some cheap butt connectors here. So we're going to rewire this. Now this right here is actually almost fiberglass into the boat. So that is original from the 1970s, I believe. So that's just gonna get snipped. We'll pull that back as much as we can, cut it out if we have to. And then we can climb in here. Got a few things here. This is for the light that, as you can tell, she's stuck in there. This is the homegrown house wiring. But that's not what I'm really working on right now. Right now, I'm on my back. Take a look at what I'm looking at now. 1 second, let me get in the boat. So you know I can't leave well enough alone. So let's climb underneath and say hello. Okay, so I got all my switches out here. So I'm going to replace those. I have this one here. I like this one a little bit better. It has a little bit more of a click, and also has a label. I only have to do it sideways because there's a thing in the back that is keeping me from doing it up and down. So this is the other little switch that I picked up. This feels a little chintzy, so I might not go with that. But I did just send out a message to all of you guys to help me out on what I want to actually use. So this is my problem. So you got wires hanging. I got to trace those down. These actually go to somewhere on the boat that is factory. This one over here doesn't look very factory. It looks homemade. That's gonna get gone. Now here's the problem. Crawl underneath. Oh yeah, look at that. That would be the fuse panel. Now you can see the one has like what, 1, 2, 3, like 5 or 6 wires hanging off of it. Ugh. Okay, so yeah, all the red ones I'm just gonna go ahead and label it. Pull that one out. Clip any wires that I don't need, because there's a lot of them up here that is just dangling and is not needed. Try to get some of the slack out because it looks nasty. And the routing, what the heck were they thinking? They got above the steering, got below the steering, you got it wrapped around the steering. I don't get it, but we're gonna fix it. So anyway, I'm gonna keep going, and when I come back I'll show you exactly what I did and explain how I did it, because sitting here with the camera is not the greatest thing. Hey look, I got a cut off cable. Okay, it is 47 years old. Be back. All right, I'm in chopping and whacking. Look at all that garbage. Bunch of garbage, that's what it is. Anyway, so I think I got everything figured out. I think what exactly what I'm gonna do. But the first thing I'm gonna do is actually run some wire from the back of the boat over to this console. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I kind of need my power and my negative to be able to put onto this guy. There you go, that guy. Feel like a cop. What, badge, baby, yeah. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is actually take all these wires here, and what I have here is I have my 10, it's a 10 gauge, so that's gonna be my power into the panel itself. I also have a 10 gauge negative for that as well. So my white one's going to be for my tail light back here. The black one's going to be the ground for that. The green one's going to be for my sub pump, which I need to install that. And also a ground for that as well, because this is a boat. You can't really ground to the chassis. Now I could ground to the battery, but I'm just going to ground it all the way back to the panel, have everything go for there. And this is going to be my aeration pump for my live well. So I also have a negative for that as well. So I could just tape it up like that and run it up there. I don't want to do that because I got this nice fabric that I had left over from the other project. So we're going to put that in there. Alright, so if anybody's actually used this stuff here, it is a pain in the butt to actually get stuff in there. But I did see a hack online that seemed to be pretty awesome. We're going to try it out right in here, right now, as soon as I find the tool. So I'm just going to use a box end wrench. Let's go and flip it over. Maybe that'll go in there. Either that or I got too big of a wrench, which I could probably have too big of a wrench. Anyway, let's put this guy in there. And then I can hold it. Actually, that works pretty darn well. Not bad. Not bad. You just got to go back and fix a couple little thingies there. But, hey, it might work for you. Good job there, internets. All right, I'm going to get this guy on there. And I'm just going to fish it up to the front. I'll show you that here in a minute. All right, there she is. All nice and pretty. Just got to get rid of some of these other crap. I don't know what that goes to, but we're going to find out here in a minute. And then clear all this stuff up and then start wiring it up. Yeah! I'm ready to go. I'm going to get it back on the lake. Stop playing around being in the shop. Got to be on the lake. That's where the fish are. That's what I hear. Let's go catch some fish. I like fish. All right. I'm just going to fan these out, cut them off the length. And then I got to get the fuse panel in, get that secure, be ready to go. Alright, I'm just getting ready to throw some connectors on there, and I just kind of wanted to go over this little tip. Now you're going to want to grab the cheap little itty bitty things like this. Throw those away. Don't even worry about getting them because they suck. They're not waterproof, not that it really needs to be anyway, but you can get corrosion in there, get some water in there, and you're back to square one again. So, you can go out there and spend a couple extra, well, in this case, dollars, because everything is way more expensive now, is to get some decent ones. Now, I went ahead and picked up some of these guys. Now, this right here has a plastic coating right here that actually melts down and actually seals to your wire. Alright? So this is waterproof. This is going to last for as long as I have this boat. Alright? So I'm going to put one on the negative side, and we can keep going. But I wanted to chime in just to make sure you understood that. I'm a 10 gauge. Found it! Alright, there you go. Nice and sturdy. Now the the collar itself, when you melt it down, it actually holds on there so you can't get it off. Also, another thing too, make sure you get some decent pair of crimps. These do okay, but they're not that great, because if you really look at it, that right there, the crimping part is not that wide compared to the crimping of these guys. And then if you're making little tiny crimps, you can use this guy. Alright. Different ways of doing it, but I like those. And now this guy is ready to go on the battery. Once I wire everything else up. I don't want it to blow up in my face. Alright, keep going. Alright, I can't make this stuff up. Let me do. Thanks, Mr. Jerry. Alright. So this wire right here, it's like maybe a 12 gauge or maybe even a 10 gauge. It goes through that all the way up to the tilt. Yes, to the up and down trim that will actually control the engine in the back. Okay, let's try to trace this back real quick. Alright, this goes to the front. Now this is supposed to power that switch to lift up that engine. That's more like a 12, maybe even a 10. This right here is probably a 14 to 16. And then this is about the same. So maybe about a 14 or 16. This came back through up into the panel. That kind of goes right there. I'm tugging on this thing, can't figure out where the heck it's going until I dug into that. Okay, please don't do this. Probably just goes to the back, but why is it tied into here, which is probably tied into this? Okay, so this one right here, okay, that makes a little more sense. All right, so it comes out of the wire here, goes into the green goes to the back, but it gets the power through here. Wow. That's all it is, just wow. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, whew, man, I just gotta get emotional about this. Okay, and then we also have to do the blue. So this is gonna get fixed. That is ridiculous. I mean, it is a 47-year-old boat. You're gonna get it, but that's horrible. All right, let's make it safe so it doesn't burn up the whole thing every time I try to use the tilt. This project's getting bigger. All right, I think it's a little bit better than what it was. It's not ideal, but it's set up the way they had it before, which I'm sure they did it for a reason, because maybe they didn't have a switch up front and they're trying to splice it in to make it work. It is two different types of wire, but I didn't like it. So I'm gonna put a much better wire up to the fuse panel to actually power the whole thing. And I'm just gonna put some electrical tape and maybe some tie wraps on this right here to keep the tension off of it. And then I'm gonna stick it back down inside and see what happens. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Maybe one day when I actually wire up the rest of the boat itself, then I'll address it. Right now it's all about the accessories. Accessories? Yeah, just accessories. Anyway, back to work. Enough complaining. All right, we're about done on this project. I got all my new stuff in. Everything looks great. Don't forget to use your labeler. Just check it out. See if you can see it down there. Yep. They're crooked, but they're up there. So at least we know exactly what it is and what they actually do. I do like those new switches. They feel great, nice and firm, and we're good to go. So now we just need to test everything out. So if you look back here underneath, let me get my light on. Oh, that's a blight. All right, so we have our little breaker. Now this guy here, you can click that, bam. And if you leave to put the boat up, click it, boom, you're broken, and you don't drain your battery. Ask me how I know. There we go. So anyway, that's nice and clicked. Now let's go ahead and test everything. All right. See, number 1, anchor light. Boom. Number 2, running light. Hold on. Number 2, running light. Haha. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. Number 3, floor lights. Got one there. Got one there. Number 4 is the bilge. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. Now the bilge just had these guys here. These things, just little alligator clips to actually run it. Now we got it on a switch the way it's supposed to. Now I'll tell you what, I'm gonna climb inside and show you underneath and show you exactly what we did. All right, we have a new fuse panel, which we have blade fuses rather than these 1970 glass fuses. So this got ripped out. Then all new wiring, new switches, got heat shrink, we got marine butt connectors, tie wrapped everything up. I do need to go back and trim my tie wraps, but I can't find my flush cuts. So if you have an extra set of flush cuts, if you would, send it over. You know, P.O. Box 821 Holly Springs, North Carolina. I'll have it down below. Anyway, off, off, off. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. That's right. This still works, sort of. That still turns on. We have trim. Works great. She cranks. Yeah, I'm ready to take this thing out. Unfortunately, it's supposed to rain about 1 inch again tomorrow. Go figure. Maybe Saturday we'll take it out and maybe we'll make another video on the ODL channel. And I'll be taking you with me. Maybe I'll even have a co-pilot. Anyway, take it easy, have fun, check out all the other stuff. If you know what this yellow wire is underneath for the fish finder, got a red, got a black, and got a yellow. Don't know what the yellow goes through because everything seems to work. If you know what it is, let me know. Hit it in the comments. Kind of want to know. Anyway, take it easy, have fun. See you next time. Peace.